Hello, hello, hello. Who do we have out there in the void of space tonight? Let's have a little look who we have. And once again, I am joined by Mr. Aaron.
Hello. I was waiting then for a little introduction.
Dramatic drop there.
Yeah, it was. Well, thank you for having us again. We've got a lot of exciting content to look at, and it's lovely to see you all in the chat.
Yeah, it's been a few. I have been on a bit of a road trip the last couple of weeks, and I mean, Aaron was talking about that, so very exciting. I just not that you're interested in this, but you just did a road trip up for the Baltics, so my first time in Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia. So I'm not sure if anyone in the chat is from there, but the countries are awesome, incredible, good times. But back for the streams, and today we're going to be doing a bit of SE2, kind of going over the latest news, talking about a little bit what's coming, answering questions along the way as always, and getting into some showcase because we always like a bit of showcase. So I mean, Aaron, how's it been? Obviously, the last time we spoke, it was the release of modding for Space Engineers 2.
Yes, so a lot has happened since the release of modding. We've seen the players get their hands on the mods. We've also, just this week, released all our video modding guides as well. And this week released the introductory one, that's the Skybox one. So if you're interested in getting started in modding in Space Engineers 2, it's now easier than ever to get stuck in. And we've got both video tutorials and text-based tutorials, so you can have them both up. And it's just really easy to create a mod. I mean, even you, Joel, could probably make a mod.
Even me.
Yeah, even you. I mean, you can't pilot a ship usually very well, so making a mod might be even more challenging. I'm only joking.
I believe. I have great faith.
So that was the main thing of seeing the players start to take on the modding. But at the other time, we've had a few interesting dev diaries. We've had a few more water leaks. We've had a few SE1 leaks. The fieldwork bunker competition has come to an end, and we are currently reviewing the results. And there's been some fantastic bunkers for Space Engineers 1 show up on the workshop and almost get right to the top of the workshop as well. So it was lovely to see what the community are creating there. We've also shown off the Space Engineers 2 production chain, and we've done a little video explaining that as well. So there's been some really exciting things since you've been gone, Joel. You'll have to definitely have a catch up and see what you've missed.
There is, because even often I'm very much kind of keeping up to date with things. I'm trying to follow. I'm even seeing what the creators are posting out there. But I have to admit, it was probably the most disconnected I've been in years, to be honest. I almost barely looked at my phone. I took my laptop with me, but I opened it about twice for about 10 minutes. So it is true that I even myself am a little bit out of the loop. So this could be a perfect opportunity for even myself to catch up on some things that I may have missed. I have read. I know I see the videos. Aaron has done a fantastic job. Aaron and Janusz on those modding videos. So this is huge, to be honest.
Well, I'd like to say though, a massive thank you to Janusz, because he's much better at modding than me. Where I was stumbling I was learning the modding with the guides. Janusz was like, right, Aaron, let's get these done. Give me them voiceovers, and he cracked on through the more difficult ones. Where I was trying to work out how to get a character into Blender and do all these more advanced things. It was a challenge for me to get started, but then as soon as I started to learn it, I picked it up relatively quick, but not as fast as Janusz. Janusz really smashed them videos out, so a massive thank you for him, and he's working on other projects as well at the same time. Well, so I can't thank him anymore.
I'll say that, no, Janusz is incredibly talented, and you can always, the trailers and the shorter videos, like this is a magical man right there, no doubt about it. Let's see then. I wanted to pull up because we have a lot. I mean, I'm gonna go for all of it, because every time I show this stuff, guys, there's always some people in the chat who are like, I've never seen this before, never seen it in my entire life. So I think it's always good that we can kind of go through some of this, although there's a lot, so we'll try and blast through it here. And Aaron, we wanted to go through let me just see here.
We really wanted to cover as much as possible, didn't we? But there's so many cool things that have happened on top of the dev diaries, and also the other additional little leaks here and there. maybe we'll have some leaks today. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Let me what we'll do is here, because I want to download some of these videos. But what I'm going to do is first, guys, I'm going to just pull up this link. Give me a second. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, this is the one I wanted. Actually, and I was wondering where these links were, but it was the right link that I had here. So give me just a second, guys. In the meantime, what I will say as well is that the team really appreciated the poll that you guys responded to. Both, we obviously did some fun ones. I say fun ones, spontaneous ones in the last stream, but there was a more organized one sent out, and that was being very, very interesting for the team, hasn't it, Aaron?
Yeah, exactly. That's something we want to try and do a bit more of, especially with the streams as well, and to the community in general, is give out a few more polls, get a feeling of what you guys are thinking about. Now, because we're going to have a look at this today, but in the latest dev diary, Marek's discussed combat and the sort of ideas and the I wouldn't say what's going to happen with combat, but more of the sort of what they're thinking about, and everything else, of course, in the dev diary is subject to change. But we're interested as well of getting your feedback on combat in Space Engineers 1, and what you think for Space Engineers 2 as well. And we've had some great discussions interacting with Marek's dev post on the combat system and what we're thinking. But we'll discuss that a bit more when we get to that point.
But honestly, I think that we will. The combat one was very interesting, and I am curious to basically to have a kind of, I guess, conversation with the community about this, because some of these points I know are things that players have been asking for ages. I mean, just off the top of my head, just having like battles last longer. That's even that being like that's even just one huge one, because I know a lot of people can be sometimes I guess frustrated at how quickly everything can come to everything can be over and the preparation can be a lot higher, right?
It's an interesting discussion, that, because it all depends on the battle, doesn't it? Because I've seen battles last hours between two big ships.
That's true.
Then I've also seen some battles be over in seconds. So I guess it just depends on what sort of ship and what and the configuration, the experience of the players involved. Yeah, but at the same time, no one wants to just be one-shotted instantly and that be over for them, because there is such things as luck, and the railgun at the moment, or especially on the PvP side of things, can sometimes go through your armor and blow that cockpit up in the center, and pretty much be that 1 second to kill that people don't like, especially with all the hours of effort they've put into building a ship.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something to consider.
So now I'm just gonna I wanted to get this, and then we're gonna have a lot of... Oh, here we go. Perfect. So I'm going to transition to this screen. Wow. So I think this is just summarizing again the last update, but I'm going to pull up the dev diary now. And also what I want to see is, can I see in 07 in the chat, if you have attempted to mod, maybe either attempted to mod or have already made and published a mod for SE2. I just want to... It doesn't really matter at what point you're at. I'm just curious, who has dabbled, to say the least, with modding in Space Engineers 2. Let's see a show of hands here. Let's see.
And remember, with the latest Skybox tutorial, if you want to mod your dog's face into the Skybox, or your pet's face, or even your own face onto the Skybox, you can do that now. So you can have a Skybox just with your favorite dog in. That's what I attempted on when I was modding the Skybox. That was the first thing I did. It's just a Skybox full of my dog, as a bit of a joke. But you could do a serious one as well.
You can, and you can do whatever your heart desires, guys, and the Skybox one's actually one of the easier ones. It's not that hard at all.
But at the same time, if you want to build your own character model in Blender, then you can do that as well. And the thing that I touched on, I think, last time, was that some of these skills are a bit more cross-compatible. Like if you work on, learning the Blender, then getting your model into game, then that's a skill that you'll also have for life. I mean, 3D modeling is something that's very desirable now, and you could even end up in a career of it by mistake because you got interested in it.
It's happened to many modders.
So
I've always wanted to be able to put myself in the game, in the sense obviously, make an engineer mod with my face or something, but I don't know, who do I have to pay to model my face? Go do the touch-ups. It's got to make me look better than in reality, but that's all right.
They'll just have your face stretched the whole width of the Skybox around.
I actually tried it. For some experiments, there's several websites where you can get your phone and scan your face. Oh, I wish I even had them to hand. I was kind of messing around with them. there is some ones out there that's surprisingly good, but I don't know what it would take to get that from into the actual game. But still, it's one day I'll make it happen. Me and Aaron can do like we can do a series with our faces in the.
See, I'd be careful what you say, because there's some. I know there's some people watching this chat right now that are very capable modders, and putting your face across the whole of a skybox would be very quick to do for them. So I would be careful encouraging that. You'll wake up to the Steam Workshop covered in your face.
Let's do it. Let's go for it. All right. Anyway, so I'm gonna pull up this first dev diary, guys. This should be the first one after the update. I think this should be the first one. So let me just close this. So here it was. We're going to blast through these guys. I think I've got 5 different pages. Some are just the weekly updates, but the longer ones, I think there's three Marek's dev diaries, maybe 2. So of course, we talked about how on Tuesday of this week, back in June, we released modding for SE2. And yeah, it was obviously a huge update, and there's been some mods already, and we're going to keep a close eye on what develops there, and we look forward to kind of doing like a mod showcase stream. This won't specifically be today, but later this month I think we're planning to get together with Marek and also Chenda, and I'm sure Aaron will be present too, and we'll kind of go over some of the kind of mods that you guys have been working on. So you have I would say if you can get as many as you can get published, guys, in the next couple of weeks, that would be great, and then we can have a really cool first ever mod showcase stream.
We can roast them.
Exactly.
No. Will be nice. And most likely these mods are going to be amazing anyway. All the mods that I've seen out there have been very unique and very some very exciting, some very peculiar, and somewhere in between.
That's the joys of mods, right? That's what mods brings you.
Yeah.
Marek's doing Clang's work. Yes. It's great to see so many people today. How you doing, guys? I didn't get to say everyone. I'm going to say hi to a few. Got Julian, Lucas, Hello Hell. Got Alexi, Shib, Iam, Simone, Nemesis, Mad, MSG, Alec, Vinny, Livian, Llewellyn, Rick, Snudget, and more. Great to see you guys. Jay, what's up? So, also showcasing here on this dev diary, this small hydrogen tank for Space Engineers to look at that with all the beautiful fracturing as well.
Beautiful.
Very nice. Now, this was a teaser for the hydrogen thruster particle effect, but actually, of course, this was actually part of the weekly update that was like last night. So this was, this is very cool to see, but actually it's already in your guys' hands. So very, very cool, right, Aaron?
Yes, but it's a good example of this, as well as like for everything we're implementing, especially as well as these weekly updates, we are constantly looking at to improve. And with this thruster effect, like the first thruster effect looked good. I thought it looked really good. And now they've overhauled it further, so it looks great. Like if you get nice and close up to that thruster, you can see the detailing that goes on. To be honest, it's that hot here in the UK. I feel hot getting close to that thruster. It felt warm.
I think we're gonna have to jump onto the. Into the game in a minute and take a look. Feel that heat. Yeah. So this is a big one, guys, because we had a very, very interesting poll on the last stream, and also, thanks to big shout out to Mr. Drewy, who is also in the chat there. Good to see Drewy. And it's very clear to us that VS2, Planets and Survival, are very, very important to you guys in terms of, hype and actually jumping into Space Engineers 2. I mean, the roadmap, VS2 was still what was next in the roadmap, but it's really, I guess, encouraging to hear that a lot of you guys, this is the big one that you're kind of waiting on here.
Have you seen some of the players who have they've accessed planets early, and some of the things that they've been doing on them? I mean, just the other day we saw some player use the rotor mod to build up a car. Then they drove that car down the side of a mountain. That was, I mean, the players are pushing it beyond where we're at the minute, but hopefully we'll be there someday as well. But it was just crazy to see players pushing it that far, they desperately want the future, you know what I mean?
Well, now we've bringing that up, Aaron. I always was kind of like, didn't talk about it too much, but it was funny is that even on day one of the game release it was day one of I'm trying to remember. There was definitely a workshop mod. No, there was when the workshop was posted, I remember seeing there was the planet, but I'm pretty sure even on day one, there was already people who had managed to get into the planets and even messing around with some of the stuff. And it's, you know, it's in a way, we're not promoting that or kind of encouraging people to do this, but we're also not afraid of it in the sense that it's in the files. You know, it's kind of, in a sense, evidence that things are happening, things are real, progress is being made. So yeah, the community definitely loves to dig in deep to those files and see what's possible. I love that,
though. I love it. I love how just excited they are for the future. It's the same sort of excitement I have. Like even now that I'm working it, like when I hear new things coming out, oh my, and get that, you know, sort of child. You've explained this before. It's like a child sort of giddiness of the future.
It is.
And just seeing the planets evolve, guys, over time, like how the tessellations changed on the planets, the detailing now of these cliffs that we're working on at the moment, and we're getting the planets are really sculpting together, almost where it feels cinematic when you sit there and look across the horizon. The clouds are moving across the skyline. It's what you want. It's that background immersion. And once you start playing it, you might even forget about some of these things. I know the developers would hate that. It's like, don't forget about my lovely clouds. But yeah, you'll be playing there, and it's just part of the immersion. It gets you into your building and your experience. So that's something I'm really looking forward to, and just the environment and the atmosphere it creates.
Well, look, Frank Morgan in the chat says, I buy this game right now. We love to see it. But on the flip side, feel free, you know, it's always up to you guys, you know, whether, well, out of interest then, how many people watching today have not bought Space Engineers 2 yet? I mean, say 07. Give me a 06. 06 in the chat if you are yet to purchase Space Engineers 2. I'm really curious, because maybe, I'm just curious if it's the majority of people are watching, you know, existing players who are like, oh, cool, how's it going? Or if they're, you know, future players who are like, should I get the game yet? We want our rotors, they say.
Yeah, like I like, because this was the main thing we talked about at the beginning of Space Engineers when Marek was on the stream, is like every player is waiting for that one thing that they want. And we encourage players to wait for the game to get that item that they want. If it's survival, and that's the bulk of it, survival and planets, then that is what we're working on. That's what we're working towards at the moment, and we're trying to share as much progress, because the biggest thing that we want to do is show you what we're working on. Hopefully each week you've seen little details of things that we're working on in the background, and me and the PR team are trying to deliver you a variety of things. So not just the planets, but what they're working on with the dual character emote. So you might have seen two astronauts shaking hands with each other, and we're trying to show you what all parts of the team are working on, from the water team to the tools team to everything between, right up to what you're receiving in the weekly updates.
Definitely. No, it's all very, very good stuff, guys. I'm just reading this here. Yeah. So there's quite a lot of people who haven't bought it, Aaron. I'm not sure if you've seen the chat here. Very interesting. And so, yeah, obviously people waiting for survival. Multiplayer is obviously another big one as well. Another big one too.
Yeah, so, I know everyone likes to play with their friends. Go on, sorry.
No, okay, so let's we'll try and get through these guys, but it's, I mean, in a sense, there's no rush. Like, you know, sometimes we have more time for showcase, sometimes we don't. But this show, this live stream extravaganza, end of the day, the most important thing about it, in my mind, is to make sure the kind of key information is with you guys, just to get together with the community and spread good vibes and share what's going on, hear from you guys, get some feedback. So, you know, I think it's not always a bad thing if we don't get much in-game time, because at the end of the day, it's a community stream for the community. So, yeah. So we will crack on, though. We'll crack on. Yeah. So again, at VS2 Planet Survival, this is the main priority for the team now. And I'm just going over this, that SE1 didn't have an explicit meta loop, and this was a benefit. It kept the game pretty open and people focused on what they wanted to do, but it was also a disadvantage because some players obviously want, you know, clear objectives, you know, whatever that might be, a visible success metric. So Marek's feeling good about the final meta loop that's been designed. The goal is to colonize Almagest, sector after sector. You'll see your colonization progress on the colonization map. The whole Almagest sector, planets, GPS locations, etc. You colonize sectors by completing contracts and missions, and there's different contract types: engineering, and exploring, mining, and in the future, combat too. This gives the ultimate purpose and end goal: colonize Almagest. Everything will converge to this singular goal, and it's visual, tangible, and easy to understand and communicate. It's an end goal that you can reach within a reasonable amount of time. And that doesn't end there, because it can continue an open-ended freestyle sandbox mode. You can keep building or just complete more missions. So also important here, Marek, or the team, is very interested in your feedback. So please leave your comments. And this is actually on Marek's blog. But yeah,
we've had a great deal of engagement from these blog posts as well.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So get stuck in, because Marek is actively reading them. He'll look through the comments. I mean, he might not answer them. He might answer them, but at the same time, he is looking through these and seeing what people are thinking and what people are saying, and he thoroughly enjoys the comments and the discussions that happen on these dev diaries and blog posts.
Definitely. And yeah, so we'll go through here a few more things. And now, obviously, the next big thing is VS3 water. And this stage for water, obviously, the tech has developed a lot, but this is getting to the final planning stages of water. And what still has to be implemented is gameplay-wise, and not just the tech, of course, because it's about what can you do with the water, right? So let's have a little look here. Aaron's very excited about these videos, I know. This is the buoyancy testing here. So let's have a little watch of this one. Oh, that's no sound, okay.
Every time I see the water, it's coming further and further. And it's just very impressive. It's something I want to play with.
So look at that. See that? What I want is that it's going to be on. I think it's going to be on loop, right? Yeah, here we go. So here we go. So again, you have a block. Place it into the water. You see the splash. It's flowing downstream. It's kind of tumbling as it goes a little bit there. And then kind of spit out the end.
Obviously, this continues rolling down the hill. In the top. Still very early work in progress. The water, as you've seen, has changed leaps and bounds. Like, you can see the ripples in it. You can see the sort of foam effects that are taking effect on things now. And originally, when we first showed you the water, it did look just like syrup. So you've got to expect it to continue to sort of evolve as the team spend more time developing it and working out different systems or better systems and how to keep it, performance friendly as well.
Yeah, it's come on so much, and it's been incredible just seeing it internally develop. And of course now there are still some ways to go, and it will only continue to get better. So next up we have buoyancy testing aqueduct. Let's have a look.
Yeah, this is actually one I've had a nightmare like this video. This video, I feel like
being washed across an aqueduct.
Yeah, being washed, but it's like being washed away, really, isn't it? Like this is the nightmare. But it's nice to show that the water's got some sort of force behind it that propels the character.
But for me, Aaron, what's funny about this video? I'm gonna pause it. I don't need to pause it, but is that I believe this is the first time that we've actually shown the engineer properly interacting with the water. And
we have like actually jumping in and out.
No, I mean getting like washed away is what I mean.
Oh,
like
okay.
Yeah, we have seen some interaction, but this is like, the reason I bring it up is because I've seen so many comments about people saying, "Oh, I can't wait to flood the valley in my friend's base. I can't wait to flood my friend's ship or something like this, or at least my enemy's ship." And by seeing this video, that's what I actually see that. Like, just imagine, guys, this is the corridor of someone, of like your worst enemy or your best friend's ship, right? and it's suddenly you open a door and the water comes gushing through and you're just like washed away.
So is that what you saw when you first saw this? Because something else came to my mind completely, like surfing.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking sticking a surfboard on this and then goes down it surfing along the way. I mean, I guess you could use it to also propel cargo. You could release a certain amount of water from a tank and then it would flow down, maybe like a log flume, and move some cargo crates across the water. I don't know, some weird ideas. There's going to be tons of things. I mean, especially when it comes to powering a water wheel, I can't wait to see people doing that, or powering turbines, or things like that, as well as just drifting the character away.
But as well that players are like, there's going to be an infinite number of things that we won't even expect players to do, and they'll do it.
Exactly. But I still think the flooding people's base is going to be the ultimate prank that we're going to see everywhere. People opening doors and water just pouring out.
Exactly. Look at this. Water part. This is officially the first water slide in Space Engineers 2. There it is. Amazing. So, let's continue down. The last test here we have is the buoyancy testing with Rubber Ducky. Let's have a look. You might remember, guys, the Rubber Ducky from one of the modding, the teasers that we put out. And look at this, bobbing about there. It's kind of trippy, Aaron. Oh wow, there's such nice, there's such nice effects as well. The way you can't quite, it's quite far away, but just it's kind of surreal seeing this, a pool of water, ducks kind of bobbing around inside, and then like these kind of rapids coming down with the foam.
It's going to be revolutionary. It's going to be absolutely revolutionary. And like you said before, we're never going to be able to tell what the players are going to do with it. But that foam and that log flume, the idea of flooding the base or using it to repel items down a river. I mean, I wonder if people are going to weaponize this in some way.
Oh,
do
100%.
giant water bombs where they drop a massive tank of water on your base and try and flood you out or something. I don't know. Too bad you can't be dropping napalm and have it flammable. But maybe who knows?
Well, I already saw a comment in the chat about lava, Aaron. I mean, lava hasn't been confirmed, guys, but who knows?
Yeah, that'd be very trolly, wouldn't it? Dropping lava on people.
Or oil. What else could? What other fluids you guys want to have? Milk. How about milk? Anyway.
Oh no.
It kind of look. Yeah. The thing is, what's interesting about this shot is the fact you see like different types of water. You see like in the background this kind of like peaceful. It's almost like a holiday destination, like the sand and this kind of oasis almost. And then you see this super fast flowing like rapids water. It's churned up and so frothy, right? And then this froth is kind of like pouring into this tank. So it's really amazing. But I'm saying, like, it wasn't that long ago this didn't exist, and the water kind of was very much always looking the same, right? And we were posting these videos on our social media, and people were hyped about them. But I mean, look at the water now, Aaron. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, because the other thing I'll say is lots of people have talked about boats, and when they're thinking about boats, they're thinking about boats like on in the ocean or on a flat river. But there might be a whole other area of boat design, like river boats. And boats that would go down smaller volumes of water, or boats that would have to go up like rapids or rocky terrain as well. You've seen all that stuff in reality. So there's lots of areas, like there's going to be people building boats with turrets on, but there'll be like gunboats that can go up rivers. There'll be rescue boats. There'll be things that have cranes on the side and can pick submarines out of the water. It's going to be mad, isn't it?
Yeah, because
I cannot wait.
That'll be interesting as well in terms of the force of this water, right? And you'll have to, if you want to say you want to go up a rapid, you'll need to have like a more powerful boat, for example, or something, or a boat that can half fly, I guess. Because that's, I guess, the thing with SE is that, of course, hybrids can and will exist. I'm sure there's going to be a submarine, Aaron, that can be a submarine. It can boat, it can submarine, it can drive out of the water, it can fly to space, like like one vehicle.
I'm sure we can say this, and this isn't too much of a leak or anything, but I know the team at the moment are hard at work, working on, areas. So say, for instance, there's a space with water surrounding it, and they want to make it, as best as possible that water doesn't go inside. Like, inside the submarine would be dry. Yeah. I know the team at the moment are working hard to make it so that that area inside would be dry and there isn't water clipping through it. So I know they're working really hard on getting and trying to achieve that. So hopefully we'll see something like that in the near future as well.
Definitely. No, I think so. And this, John, I was thinking the exact same. Aaron, it's your lighting is extremely dramatic and cinematic.
Is it?
It's funny, dude. No, I'm serious. It's like,
I'm so
honestly,
sorry.
It's like, no, leave it. It's fine. But it's like, I was thinking the same. It's like, it's almost like from like a movie. It's like, hello there. I don't know how to do it. But like,
it's just all hello there, isn't it? Here's the issue. It's really hot in here. If I close the blind, it just becomes a sauna. So I've got to suffer a little bit with the lighting like this. Because if you know UK weather in the summer, it's hot, but it's also very moisture. It's like very humid. So
that's not. You got to survive. You got to survive, buddy. Dr. Sarcasma says Aaron Noir. Exactly. Godfather. Yeah, it's so true. You guys see it, right? It's a good. Look, this is one-time special only. Dramatic Aaron. All right. So moving on here. What else we got? Help. Oh, this is of course the standard procedure, guys. Well, help shape the future of space engineers too. And this was the poll. Big shout out to Mr. Drewy for cooking this up. This was kind of inspired, I think, by our on-stream polls. And I mean, I think the results are kind of in and pretty set at this point. But thank you to everyone who did fill these out. And as we've said already on the stream, keep an eye out for future polls as well. And I think it makes a lot of sense to be doing polls throughout the development of Space Engineers 2, for sure. So that was this dev diary, and now we're going to move on to the next one here.
Ooh, more juicy content.
Exactly. This one, well, this wasn't specifically. This was actually more of a. This was a separate post, but I want to share it anyway. And this is, yeah, you know this one, Aaron, as well. This was Space Engineers 2 preview, the fabricator and survival production chain, and again, this we kind of gave you guys a first look at how survival will play out in Space Engineers 2. So again, you come down to this chart here. The big difference in SC2 is backpack building. Your backpack is able to, you know, make some simple components from raw materials, and you know, so you can get started immediately. Of course, you still need to, you know, later on have an assembler, a fabricator to do, you know, higher tech, further, a lot more advanced blocks. But the point is that when you land, your high tech backpack will be already able to, you know, assist you in this. So how are you feeling about this, Aaron?
See, I really like this, and the main thing that we commented as well when I was covering this video is that Space Engineers 2 wants to be its own game in terms of it wants to have a different sort of style to survival than Space Engineers 1, and this backpack building makes it more accessible, so players can literally get started and get building without introducing themselves, let's say, to the more complex building method. Of course, you can use the smelter to get to the same point, and the smelter will have some significant advantages over building the backpack, but I would say it's the same level of complex, but it's easier to understand from the start.
Yeah, and I think this is great. I think, if I'm sure there'll be mods for like some kind of hardcore survival and different survivals like we have now. But you know what this kind of reminds me of, Zelda Backpack. You think of a lot of survival games, and the early crafting, you do it either on yourself or maybe some basic crafting table, or it's the classic meme, right? Like punching trees. And I don't think there's going to be punching trees in Space Engineers 2. But the point is that when you're starting out in most survival games, is that you are basically able to start from nothing and build up from very basic stuff. And
it's an interesting question, though, because I'll just interrupt you there for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
Because the thing is, I know some people point this out as a point, and this is more of a personal point. But you've got to imagine, right, that you're a space engineer. You've massively advanced in the future. Like to produce space-based things, you ain't going to be punching trees. You know what I mean? Like it feels like that's like almost returning you back to the medieval times of, you're crafting with wood and you're working your way up. So having this advanced piece of technology, this backpack as standard to get you started and get you into that more advanced world makes, a hell of a lot of sense, really. It makes you that smart, advanced engineer that you'd expect to be.
Yeah, no, and that's my point. I think the key thing there is that I don't think punching trees would be, would fit with SE2. I'm just saying it's kind of like the fact, like with that, is that's how you start. And obviously in games where you have this kind of mechanics, you have crafting tables, then some workbench or whatever like that. And I'm just saying that SE2 doesn't have this, but it's a similar idea that you can start from nothing, except obviously it's sci-fi, so you've got a backpack that's very high tech.
It's interesting, though, because a lot of, the modern day pilots, they land with a kit, don't they, of equipment that they can use for survival. And in most sci-fi movies, they have like a survival kit as part of their drop pod, that like unpacks out of some cool suitcase or something. And it's got everything they need to, to convert water and make some basic tools maybe for construction and other things. And that's the way I like to think of it. It's like every engineer is equipped with this backpack. And in this backpack, it has the necessary supplies and equipment, to get them through a rough time. It's like the emergency pack, the emergency radio, from Behind Enemy Lines. In my head, anyway.
No. I think that's exactly right, Aaron. And again, like I'm saying, very interesting comments on this entire topic, guys. Let me just see here. I'm just gonna. So this was a great preview, and there was already, just like we said, a lot of feedback on this already. So yeah, as you progress, obviously the classic refinery and so on. And then we have a nice video here of the fabricator, which I think a lot of you guys have probably seen already. It's a really nice video, really nice block, of course, with that lovely animated element as well. Look at that. Look at that, Mr. Aaron.
Very fancy block indeed, isn't it? They're all absolutely beautiful, the blocks they build in. The other thing is the sound of these blocks is spectacular. Like, if you haven't had a chance yet, we've done a video just sitting next to these blocks and listening to them, and we've got one coming up with destruction sounds. The sound engineering behind these blocks makes them come alive, especially when you're in close proximity. Look at that, making a nice cog up there.
It is. There we go. That was, again, the same thing we just looked at here, but very nice indeed. The Gear Forge, that's something we covered, a specialized block designed for manufacturing character-related personal items. Ooh. Depending on how advanced the personal items are, the Gear Forge uses any type of component from simple to high-tech. So yeah, I'm not going to read through all this, guys. All of this stuff you can find on the Space Engineers 2 website under News or on Marek's blog post. Again, I'm sure 99% of you are already signed up, but again, a reminder, the newsletter, Aaron. Always there, right? Always there, waiting for some juicy
and on top of that,
content.
You can get some stuff first. When it comes to the newsletter, you do get your information a little bit ahead of everyone else in some cases. On top of that, there's also that lovely Space Engineers 1 cockpit that you receive for subscribing to the newsletter.
My favorite cockpit.
There you go.
So, next up, we're going to blast through these. We've got 2 done, 3 to go. The last one will be quite quick, I think. So this was Marek's dev diary a few days later, July 3rd. And here we go. So this was really cool. This was a really cool thing. And for someone who spent, I'm just thinking here, countless nights making videos and trailers. You know, like the classic was the 5 a.m. The 5 a.m. up making, recording. When I first saw this made me very excited. So this is the multi-character emote test. So check this out, guys. So again, work in progress. But it's the fact that in SE2 there will be, now obviously there's a bit of teleporting going on there, and people say, oh, could they not turn? So this is again work in progress. But the key thing is that you have 2 characters, and when an animation is triggered, you can see here. You can actually read what it says. Hold on, let me just pull that up again. You can see it says, test player handshake with the nearest character. So this is simply like, if this was multiplayer, right? And obviously we're all excited for multiplayer in the future. This is actually this is kind of like in the replay tool, but go on, Aaron.
So the one thing I will say on this is the developer, they're experimenting with this at the moment for various different reasons. Now, Joel could be right. It could be used for multiplayer, but it could also be used for cutscenes. And
that's the big one.
And doing some of our cinematic process. So having these 2 characters meet, at a cutscene or, interact with each other as an NPC sort of thing. There's lots of uses to have 2 characters interact with, each other like this, rather than just multiplayer there as well. Yeah. So you might see it in the cinematics, you might see it interacting with an NPC, or maybe you will see it as an emote in multiplayer. Who knows?
Well, yeah, I think that's why I use the keyword imagine this in multiplayer. But no, I think short term, you guys will see this in videos, probably in cutscenes, because obviously multiplayer is a little bit, further away in general. So yeah, but still super nice to have. And this is again something that was never in SE1. And for someone who loves cinematics, this is very, very cool. And this is just the handshake, but think of all the different emotes there might be.
I always dreamed of, you could have some astronauts sitting around a table playing cards like Red Dead Redemption or something,
Let's make it happen, Aaron. Let's make it happen, right?
A multi-interaction where they're all, doing poker or something together, and you can have some mini games or mini side quests. Who knows?
I would love that. I would love that if there was little mini games. Like, what would be really cool, Aaron, is if, like in I forget the name of it. So is it... In Star Wars, they have like that kind of board game. It'd be cool if we would make up like our own board, like kind of mini game. I don't know, like Clangopoly or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually sounds good, but they'll hear us say this and go, stop, guys, stop giving them more ideas to.
I know.
But I mean, like when I did play Red Dead Redemption and stuff, I remember I spent a lot of time, doing the poker and doing the mini games, just because I thought it was quite fun. Like it's not something I'd ever take interest in the real world, but like just because it's like the reactions of the other characters when you deal them out of a hand. Like that's a great NPC idea for an interaction, isn't it? As well, playing a game of something. I don't know, like maybe what's that space horseshoe where you fling a horseshoe off around something, but in 0G. But yeah, there's loads of mini game ideas and little ideas for interaction. I mean, even shaking hands, someone presenting you with some money for winning a quest. There are lots of ideas for this. You could have an interaction between a fist fight in a cutscene that you'd want some, interaction like this to happen. So yeah, lots of things. Not particularly for mini games. We've set them off now.
I know. You guys got to ignore us that me and Aaron get very hyped and we're not confirming anything.
We do.
But yeah, firm handshakes all around.
We're gonna see it tomorrow, aren't we? Like mini games in Space Engineers confirmed.
It's okay. I don't see Zero in the chat. Zero's not about tonight. We're safe, I think. Miardev, Amslot. Good to see you guys. I know. I got to get back to you guys. I haven't forgotten. Good to see you, lads. Let me scroll down here then. So, look, we got more water. And look at this one, Aaron. Water team created a whirlpool in a tub by accident, caused by a small hole in the armor. So, a little bit trippy here, but sometimes it's fun to share some of the bugs of SE2, and you can kind of see like this kind of spiral in the middle here. Imagine being stuck in this one. I kind of want to just drop the engineer inside of this one.
I'd like, yeah. To be honest, I think this will be a new thing of just dropping ships and stuff into whirlpools, won't it?
Oh, you know it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know it. So
Very
the main
cool.
thing that's been occupying, was Marek's been really focused on the first time user experience in SE2. The prototype's coming together nicely. But here we have some, before we get to that actually, some kind of render front end, clouds and lighting. So we have the before, we have the after. I think, what's weird is I vaguely remember showing this. Maybe it's just because I saw it. I don't know. But this is very nice. These kind of super fluffy clouds.
Yeah, we've released a lot of different videos of the clouds, just showing the development and how they work in. Like we showed the very early ones where they look these clunky, more chunkier clouds, and they almost look like cotton candy at one point, and now they're looking a lot more natural and ambient, into the environment as well. And you'll notice with the latest video that we've produced that the clouds have a shadow. So you can see the shadow and lighting change across the environment as well. So just more layers of immersion.
Yeah, I mean, it's so true. Like I look at that, and it's a kind of a gloomy day, and I've seen days like that where it's not raining, but it's kind of there's a lot of clouds. It's quite like that picture on the right looks like it'd be quite windy, but the point is it's like different. Like in SE1, I think obviously there is some weather effects, and it's very nice. And actually, there's some of the next update will actually have these environmental hazards. I'm not sure if you guys caught any of that good stuff yet, but.
Well, I've heard it's radiating around the community anyway.
Oh yes. Oh, yeah. I see you did there. But no, I mean it's just to see this image on the right. It just tells me like these different vibes that we're gonna get in terms of the when you open, you kind of wake up for the day and you get out, and it's like it's not just shining bright. It's not there's gonna be this kind of middle ground and different weather types, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah. Let me scroll down then, guys. We're going to try and get through this. And this is, again, a little bit of a spoiler towards how this first-time user experience works. So, you spawn on Verdure planet with a GPS marker leading to a cave. First, you'll you need to dig out the entrance. Inside, you'll discover an unfinished small ship with several components shown as projections, thrusters, survival kit, etc. Your tasks include mining ore within the cave, using the backpack building and projection building to weld the projected blocks, finding batteries from a nearby stack and installing them in the ship for power, expanding the cave entrance to fly out, flying to nearby mountain where an abandoned station awaits, landing and transferring batteries to power up the station grid. So this is where the prototype ends, but the goal is to create a 1 to 2 hour first-time user experience that concludes at the orbital station. After that, the free-form colonization meta loop begins. So we talked about how like the kind of mission is to colonize Almagest, right? But go on ahead, Aaron.
No, I was going to say the crucial thing here is bringing players on board.
Sure.
As you guys know, it's difficult. It's a steep learning curve to get on board in Space Engineers 1. So with Space Engineers 2, it's almost like an onboarding process where we're going to give you an exciting, interesting mission that also teaches you the core gameplay loops within Space Engineers 2. Shows you how to build, shows you how to interact with some of your tools while keeping it fun and exciting and engaging. And that's the main thing, because a lot of players in Space Engineers 1 fall off because they struggle to understand. And one of the most difficult things about Space Engineers 1, as we touched before, is the best tutorials are actually out of game. So you'll jump on YouTube to watch Splitsy on how to survive, where really we need a much smoother onboarding process than the original, is it First Contact, the name of the first scenario in Space Engineers 1? So the First Contact scenario that does show you what to do, but not as good as these in-depth survival guides that are available.
No, I mean, that's it. I mean, First Contact is First Jump is a great. I love it. Like it's kind of have this story element. At the time, it was very fun, and there's some really cool missions and environments. But I think when you have a new player, like it does teach you some things, but probably not as enough as might be ideal, right? And I think that's the key thing here is that the tutorial will kind of be like within the game, the normal gameplay, if that makes sense. So this is also pretty. I think pretty huge for the first time, first time experience.
Yeah, because with the traditional Space Engineers 1 survival experience, there's a lot of random factors that can throw off a new player. So I'll throw a few of them out there. Say, for instance, you misland your little drop pod and your drop pod breaks, but the new player doesn't know that part that's broken is critical. So he spends 20 minutes to an hour trying to work out what's missing. So that's one thing. Alternatively, he could land that drop pod in a spot where none of the ores that he needs are about to survive, or he could land on the side of a hill and start rolling down it. So there's a lot of factors that make the start in Space Engineers 1 very challenging, and it is good, of course, for a veteran player who knows what they're doing, but for a novice, it's a lot more difficult. That's
so true. Very true. So this is, again, just going to scroll down, but that was a little bit of a spoiler into what we're looking at here. But here we have AWB-mail. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about this, Mr. Aaron?
I don't know. I've just been blinded by the sun as it's gone up a little bit further now. I just have to start getting taller.
Someone says Aaron is in spooky story mode. It is. It's so dramatic. I've never seen such. The thing is, it's by an accident, but like I feel like some filmmakers crave to create the look that you have going on right now. Like I can make it.
What was the question again? Before I incinerate? Because I feel like I'm melting here.
I'm sorry. I was saying, what are your thoughts about this image here, that we're looking at, the AWB mail?
So this, hang on, let me just check. Does it say the name of this character? No, it does not say the name of the character, so I cannot give the name of the character away. I was just checking there before I accidentally leaked some. But to be honest, this suit looks spectacular, doesn't it? Like I think this suit. I would wear this suit over the traditional, the original suit that they've got out there.
Oh.
But it's beautiful. This one has more NASA sort of vibes to it. Do you see where I'm coming from? Like, I don't know if it's just the color.
It's it's not 100% clear. I think what this will be, but you guys know that the team is. The plans are story elements, but also NPCs, human NPCs. So the question is maybe this could be a look there. I don't know, but still, as when we think about Space Engineers 1, we have the engineer, then the suit and various variations, but then we also have obviously Wolf and Spider. But that's it. But so to see this, which is very much clearly in the Space Engineers universe, but radically different. I don't know. It's very cool. What do you guys think about this suit? Would you guys wear this suit if it was an option right now? I'll have to ask.
Like, there's a really bad side of me that wants to just make up what this suit's for. Like, just throw them off for one. But
I would say the cable hunters.
The cable hunter. I was going to say this is the underwater suit. No, I'm joking. Ooh. I'm joking to start. No, but that's just a trolley comment. But no. You'll have to find out what this suit's actually for in the future. But it's got them thinking now.
So there you go. Yes, maybe. Heck yeah. There we go. Love it. Love the hype. So these images are kind of mixed in with the actual conversation about the F2UE here. The experience coming back to this first time is it's guided by HUD objectives, GPS markers, and the kind of KPIs, the goals here. Teach player the basics, make the process enjoyable, and basically achieve your first like wins. That's that kind of satisfaction feeling very, very soon into the game, so that you continue and you feel that drive and passion. So this will obviously evolve, and there'll be water mechanics that might need to be revisited later on here. But we have, this is the last video here. So this is clouds, animated atmosphere, and shadows testing. So another one of Aaron's favorites, but this is stunning, guys. Check this out. Man, it's crazy seeing the clouds like that roll across the landscape.
Well, just imagine when you get in them clouds, what's it going to be like flying through them? That's why I can't
know.
I can't wait to show the community as
but
well.
It's just
I know behind the scenes we've seen a little bit, but like when the community sees what it's like in them clouds, it's going to be cool.
But it's just like, like now when you're outside, it'll be really hot, and then suddenly the clouds will come over. It'll suddenly feel a bit more chilly. But just seeing I don't know. I can't get over how much that light shining through the clouds actually, or the shadows, actually adds to this. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's like being in real life.
Better than real life. I can respawn.
Life, yeah.
I can respawn in this one.
Like I keep my mini fridge next to me as well.
There you go. Yeah. At least it got AC in this universe, Aaron. That's what. Something that you're lacking, buddy.
It looks cooler there than me. I'm just melting.
It does.
Away, like,
it does.
And
again, this comment is regarding the FTU, but the prototype for the first time user experience is functional. The team agrees it's currently missing that wow factor, so they're brainstorming some additional elements to make this first experience more impactful. So again, if you have ideas for what would make this first time user experience, Marek would love to hear them. So definitely go leave some comments over on his blog, or you can drop them in the chat right now. If you have some ideas, like guys, if you were playing SE2 Survival this for the very first time, and again, you've had this kind of cave, you're going to be digging out this cave, you're going to be building some ship, and this will be, now obviously some of you guys are veterans, but still, it's going to be your first time in survival. What kind of elements to this first time in survival would give you this, like, holy moly? Holy moly.
Because it would also be good into, maybe we'll set this as a separate poll. What sort of games have people played where they've really enjoyed the introductory sort of section? Like, what games have you played where you've really enjoyed the introduction? Something that we were talking about with Marek some time ago is like you don't even realize it's a tutorial or the start. It just feels so natural. You just enjoy it and start working your way through it. So yeah, I'd love to hear about what games you've had an introduction from and you've had a fantastic time. For some reason, Skyrim comes to mind for me. Like I feel like you just get thrown into that one.
I literally was about to say. It's so funny you said that, Aaron. Before you even said Skyrim, I was gonna interject and be like, "Hey, you're finally awake."
We're definitely just on the same page there.
That's funny, dude. Out of all the games that are out there, when you were like, "Oh yeah, we need to think of some games," I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do the "Hey, you finally awake" meme," and then you were going on, and we come around. That's crazy. So yeah, like imagine. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, and I mean in that in that kind of Skyrim intro, of course, you kind of have this, you're finally awake and you're going there, you're about to be killed, and then the freaking dragon and stuff, right? So
yeah, it's interesting how like tutorials in gaming have also evolved. Like back when I first started playing, now probably over like 16 years ago, well no, even longer than that, like maybe even 20 years ago. Wow, God, I'm getting old. But what I'm trying to say here is like they used to have a boot camp, didn't they? It was always a boot camp. It's like, welcome to basic training, soldier, and then you jump through these hoops and you do the obstacle course, like that sort of thing. But now tutorials and intros to games have moved away from that sort.
That's
of
true.
one.
Wait, sorry. Wait, what game did you mean again? Sorry, I missed the.
Oh, so what? When I explain what game has been?
Yeah, no. What you were just talking, because I was thinking of like, was it Modern Warfare 2 or something like that? I remember there was a couple of ones in Modern. There was one where Captain Price is like making you do something. Maybe I guess it's Modern Warfare or something.
Run the obstacle course.
Yeah, run the obstacle course. Yeah.
Then at the end in his lovely accent, he's like, "That wasn't good enough.
That wasn't good enough. Try again."
Yeah. But that's good though, because it motivates the player to give it a go, because you want to hear him tell you that you're a good soldier, don't you?
I know. Well, I'm seeing some comments there about what would make people I guess wow factors. I think this was related to this. Llewellyn says, I'd love to see a large ship enter atmosphere with a loud noise or see it crash. I want to start the game in a war with aliens. Wow. Shoot the aliens and win the small battle by repairing it. A nice crash is always cool. Randomly generated caves would be fantastic. Ability to defend myself from hostile fauna or being swept down river. Another comment I saw was inside the cave can be quiet with some reverb. Hello. I've got it. Hello, is there anyone out there? Boom. I just created the intro for Space Engineers 2 Survival. That dripping sound, Anyway, I'm distracted, sorry.
No, we shouldn't go on these rants. We go so off subject. But, it's great because I think it just shows we're as excited as the players are, really.
Whatever you... Yeah, this is great. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so... we're going to move on to the next one. We still have a few more... so I think one more dev diary to go through, and the other one is just the release from yesterday. Let's have a look. So I'm going to... Yeah, we're going to pause this, and then... This was Marek's dev diary... Yeah, July 10th. We're up now. This is where we're at. Okay. Well, I'll mix this in first with yesterday's. I'll do this one first. It's a quick one. You guys probably saw it in the intro to the stream. This was yesterday's update. The locker and the hydrogen thruster particle effects. So I'm curious how you guys are feeling about this. But here's the video. You probably saw it. So very, very nice locker. And I still think this comes back to this point. I'm going to have to bring it up, Aaron. I have to bring it up nearly once a stream. That we always get asked this question about, is it going to take, 10 years for everything of SE1 to be an SE2? And again, the fact that, what are we? We're like 6 months in or something since release, and we're looking at a locker block. Lockers didn't come to SE1 until, I don't know, 5, 6 years? I could be wrong, maybe. But it was quite a while, right? So I think this is like, you'll see a lot of this with the weekly updates and even the vertical slices. I mean, VS2 is, the next big one. It's already moving faster, and you're getting things that you didn't get for a long time, if that makes sense. So, yeah, exactly. The journey's a bit different.
Exactly, and you've got to remember that the team is much bigger now than Space Engineers 1. So there is different team members working on different parts of the project, so we can deliver these lovely blocks. And having more of these blocks in allows you to explore more of this creative stage that we're at, where we're really trying to provide these blocks for the builders who want to get stuck in with their designs earlier on. And of course, now with some of the additional blocks that we'll be adding, you can kind of sort of sculpt out maybe an area ahead of the survival update for where you'd put these systems in place. But still, yeah, we are seeing a lot of blocks that we hadn't seen, for later development, you could say, within Space Engineers 1. So it is an exciting time. And behind the scenes, they've got the water going on, they've got everything, being developed almost simultaneously. So it's fantastic to see.
No, I mean, and the full 76 is a good comment in chat. I mean, yeah, I hear you, and definitely a lot of this, bigger tech stuff in the background, and that's why I think VS2 being the next big release is, again, it took, 2013, it took 2 years for planets to come to Space Engineers, and it's going to be less than that for Space Engineers 2, for sure, by a long shot. And also the water, there are a lot of things being worked on in parallel, but also it just comes back to this, like, when it had the weekly updates in the past, it was like the team was 4 people, maybe 5, and then 6, and 7, and 8, but very small. And now the full Keen software house team is like 80 people. So it's like 10 times the size that it was 10 years ago. 10 times, yeah. So because of this, you're not necessarily seeing stuff being right now being released 10 times quicker, but there's a lot more things being worked on in parallel to one another. The point is, there's a whole team dedicated to water. There's a team for the engine. There's obviously a huge artist team. There's level game design. So it's just crazy, to be honest. I mean, back in SE1, big shout out to Tomasz Rampas. One man band. He was doing he was the kind of game designer and the artist and the trailer maker. So when when you're looking at the very first SE1 blocks, he kind of mapped them out, he kind of modeled them, even without any textures, and he was doing the game design. But it was it's obviously come a long way from those days, and because of that, we are able to obviously make things at like a next level quality, but also have everything going on in parallel as well. So that was a long rant there, Aaron, but sorry about
that. that was perfect. I could fit that rant in one of them lockers.
There you go. Exactly.
I love inspecting these, especially when I'm doing these little update videos each week, is I get really close to the block and I have a really good look around for it. And I also like to go, how functional with this? What could I fit in here? Could I fit one large drill in here? Could I fit a drill and a grinder tool and a welder, And what's nice about this, it's got like this little overhead compartment above. I don't know if you see that, like almost like an aeroplane. So you could store something up at the top there. You could just cram it with loads of plushies, and then they all flowing out.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. I see that. Yeah, very nice. It's awesome.
It's another lovely block, and more importantly, there is a secret sticker on there that you guys can have a little bit of a closer look at.
There you go.
And
Easter egg. We're on to the hydrogen thruster. Yes, we are. Look at this. Are you ready? Wow. Just feel that power. Look at that. There's so many elements going on there. Like, if you look in here, like, there's like these rings. This is super cool. There's like these bluey white rings that are shooting out of this. So you have like this super hot point. You have like the flame. There's kind of like this aura, I guess. I don't know. That's not the right word to describe it, but just glow around it as well. So yeah, it's very, very powerful looking. So that was released yesterday, guys, and continuing the weekly release trend. Rocket engine, that already looks a lot better. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, and there are some things in the game that are going to be a lot of things, in fact, that will still be iterated on at some point. Some things, and that's why also feedback, and there are other things that maybe won't be iterated on unless you guys really feel strongly about something. So that's why it always comes back to that feedback as well here. So Aaron, we have one last dev diary, and that's the most recent one to look at, and then we are done with all the links.
And we can have a look at some of their community creations.
Yes, sir. I can never get, I think I still have ones that I subscribed to last time we didn't get to, so there's always so many. Let's have a look then.
Oh, I'll just touch on something because I noticed in the chat, and they were talking about, I'm so glad weekly releases are back. So the way we're doing weekly releases at the moment, if there's a major release, there won't be a weekly release. Or if there is a major number of hot fixes, so say we're absolutely hammering hot fixes out, then there won't be a weekly release. So when we had some weekly releases sort of missing, you could say, it was because there was a major release followed by a number of hot fixes. So that's what we prioritized rather than focusing on the weekly release, of course.
Yeah. And I also wanted to bring up, Aaron, it was a sidetrack here. I wanted to earlier, but wanted to sidetrack again, guys, to talk about Space Engineers 1 very briefly here. And it's just that reminder that Space Engineers 1 is under heavy development still in terms of working towards 207 and that next update. It's going to be awesome. Focused around survival, environmental hazards, food, farming, to say the least. And if the most recent updates or anything to go by, it's going to be juicy and packed full of exciting new features, but also obviously beautiful blocks as well. So I just wanted to always remind that, because sometimes we do SE2 stuff, sometimes we do SE1 stuff, but SE1 is steaming on ahead, and I think the next stream will be SE1. Going over the bunker contest. So stay tuned. I just wanted to sidetrack for a second here, but then we can continue. But I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to add to SE1, Aaron.
No, that was it. Like exactly what you said is there is an update coming around the corner.
Yes, sir.
And it's very juicy, especially if you're interested in survival gameplay and making your survival experience, I wouldn't say more difficult, but maybe more challenging. Maybe something that the veterans could take on, and then introduce the newer players to shortly after. And of course, with all these new settings, as we've discussed with these survival settings, I think what we've covered in the blog so far is environmental hazards and food. So with all these things, they can be turned on and off. Yeah.
That's another important point. So, coming to Marek's dev diary from yesterday. Let's have a look. This week, this is also interesting. We spent some time discussing what combat should look like and feel like in Space Engineers 2. Nothing is final yet. We're exploring ideas, identifying the pain points for SE1, and trying to define what kind of combat experience you actually want to build. Just kind of put in there. We also have some rock tests. Look at these beautiful rocks.
Some nice chunky rocks there for sure. They look beautiful, don't they? Lovely tessellation in them.
I'm really bad at my names, but that one, like this one here, like this, like they legit look like. I mean, I'm sure the guys looked at real world examples. Like they look like.
Well, you say that. Imagine the team are looking at pieces of cheese to model.
No,
the
I
rocks
know.
on,
I don't know why I even said that, but
like
like some of these, like I can see. I went for a walk the other day and saw this rock. But what I meant to say is
that very rock.
That very rock, yeah. But what I meant to say is, like, who do you guys? What's the name of someone who's a specialist in rocks? I don't know, like
what, geologist or
I guess geologist. No. Is that right? Geologist is like more.
There is a technical name because I've met a rock specialist.
Yeah, but a geologist is one term. I think there's a more specialized term for rocks specifically, or is it just geologist? Is that it?
No, it must. There is one. There is one.
Yeah, well, the chat's saying geologist, but I swear there's an even more word, a different word. We'll see. Anyway. Would it have been a lithologist? Dwayne the Rock. But no, it's interesting. You got something in Google?
No, I was going to say it is geologist.
Okay.
A rock specialist is generally called a geologist.
Rockimus Supreme. Okay, that sounds about rockologist. That sounds about right. Anyway, the point is that what does this look like to you guys? This one or this one? Because you know what I mean? There's different, like you have like sandstone, you have like granite. Like, I don't know what it was, slate. I don't know what this would be, but this looks like a strong one. This looks like a strong one. This looks like, this one looks like it can be cracked open a bit better.
Yeah.
Then you've got this orange one.
Like a mountain range with Marek's face carved into it somewhere. You know, like they do in America with the presidents.
Oh God, what's it called? I've gone blank. I've gone blank the name of that. I've completely gone blank. Yeah. My memory is failing today, guys. I apologize.
It's not the Stonehenge, is it, or something?
No. We've all... Mount Kenmore. Is it Mount Keenmore? Mush Rush...
What has happened?
It's Mount Rushmore. It's Mount Rushmore.
Oh, okay.
Mount Rushmore is what you were thinking of. But you're thinking... Dr. Casmo was talking about Mount Keenmore. Yeah, there you go. So, anyway. Yeah, the very nice rocks here. Trolled by chat. Zoc the Rock, exactly. Maybe that's what I should have a rebrand. Zoc the Rock. John, what do you think? Or Zoc Rock? Rock Zoc.
Oh,
anyway.
I don't know about that.
Zoc hard as a rock. Anyway, what are we aiming for? We started by outlining a few core principles that we think should guide combat design in SE2. And this is what we talked about earlier. Longer, more tactical engagements. Fights should take time, measured in minutes, not seconds. We want to avoid sudden one-shot kills and give players time to react. So, I mean, you already said, Aaron, like sometimes you've been in battles, and it's true. I've been in battles that have gone on longer, but I think, in general, I think a lot of them have been quite short, and tactics are lacking. I say.
See, I personally like it when it lasts a lot longer, because when it's quick and it just it's over very quickly, then you just don't enjoy the battle. I think, especially the amount of time you spent building up to that battle, and getting everything going beforehand, building all the resources, equipping your ship, and then for it to be over so quickly, I think it's almost takes you out of the game, and you don't want to play it to a degree then, because you're like, I've spent all this time building and it was over in 30 seconds. Like you want. I mean, the other thing is that you can't have a battle that lasts as long as it took you to build the ship.
Yeah,
I mean, you could do, but the other thing is you've got to imagine a player jumps on in the evening, he spent an hour building and he wants to spend an hour fighting.
Yeah.
So you've got to be able to have, like, the best thing that I think you could possibly do is have an emergency button or something where, the player can get out of there. Like, and I know it's annoying and players want to wipe someone out, But I'll say this from a community standpoint: there is no point of wiping someone out in multiplayer because they simply won't be there for you to fight again. If you help them rebuild, you let them get away with it, they'll be there for you to fight again, and you'll probably make a friend in the process. But back to this anyway.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, I think Jirax is talking about adding depth to combat as well. I think that's a valid feedback, I guess, for SE1. Looking at that. So yeah, preparation should matter. Players who scout, build defenses, prepare ambushes should be able to generate unfair local advantages. Rock, paper, scissors balance, not single weapons or strategy should dominate. A system where different combat types counter each other could make battles more dynamic. Player feedback and clarity. You should know when you've hit something, what damage you're doing, and what's happening around you without guesswork. And support both attack and defense playstyles. Offensive and defensive roles should be viable with tools and mechanics that support each side. So again, curious, I don't know how many of you guys saw this yesterday or if this is the first time, but some pretty big principles, core principles that Marek's highlighting in this post here. So yeah, with those principles in mind, we discuss possible features and mechanics that could support this kind of gameplay. Aaron, do you have anything you want to kind of add to this list here? And
so what I'll say about this is I think these are some great foundation rules. And the other thing is there's lots of different calibers of players who like different things. Some players like a fast, hard-hitting battle where it will be over quickly. It's all about the key thing that Space Engineers has done over the years is been able to tailor the game either through mods or through the base game with options to play it how you want to play it. And I think that'll still be a core factor of Space Engineers 2, is even if it's set up slightly different than you like, you will be able to tailor your experience within Space Engineers 2, either with mods or with base game settings. So, that's the perfect thing about combat. Make it, how you want it to be. But these are the new sort of foundation that we're trying to put into the combat systems.
Yeah, I agree. So next up, we have desert biomes. Work in progress. Look at this. Like, I'm not even playing it yet, but just look. I can reach out and feel those kind of little ridges on the sand there. It looks so cool.
Yeah, you can almost feel the sand within your space boots.
I can, yeah.
I think that would be quite awful though if you got a load of sand in your spacesuit, right, and then you went off to space and you just feel all these bits of sand floating around in your suit.
Itchy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it'd be a bit worrying if sand managed to get into your suit because it's supposed to be sealed. Maybe you've got another issue right there. But
I can do something here. Let me think. Oh, I probably can't. I can't do the voice. I wanted to do it. Let me see. It might be a bit cringe. Hold on.
Oh,
I need to go. Aaron's ready. Let me just 1 2 1 2 1 2. Arrakis. My June. Sorry. Sorry, I had to.
What this scene reminded me of more was what's the one with the giant worms where they have to stand on rocks and stuff to not get eaten by the worms. It's not Dune. It's a stupid comedy movie, isn't it? And then this, in one of the episodes they learn to fly, and they've got that guy called Burke who has the elephant rifle that tries to take out these giant sandworms. Someone
chat will know. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll know. But with this, it's just asking for sandworms, isn't it?
Lisa, okay.
Oh, Tremors! There we
go. Tremors.
Yeah.
That
was a great show. A great show. But yeah, these sort of sand dunes just shout for that. Or you could build your own sand mechanical worm, like people have done in SE1. And I remember having a go at building one of them years and years ago, and it's marvelous, making dreams become reality like that.
That's so cool. Earthquakes worm. Oh wait, those were graboids, not desert worms. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, there's two different things, isn't there? Dune have got the worms and graboids.
Tremors of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, that's it.
There's some great comments in the chat. Damn. Love it, you guys. This is great. Okay. So this is Desert Biome. Looking amazing. I mean, I really, really, really hope you guys, every time you see, videos of planets, you guys can see that this is a huge step above in terms of coming from SE1, in terms of the tech and the visuals that the guys are deploying. I mean, the terrain is awesome. Like these rolling dunes and how it kind of transitions. I think that's one of the big things as well that Marek's talked about in other blog posts is like, one thing that's really important for planets in SE2 is like the transitions. I think in SE1 it can be sometimes quite, there can be no transitions, or the transitions cannot be that smooth. But I think the team is working really hard to have the transitions so that if it's changing biome, it kind of feels like natural, if that makes sense. So
someone's asked, is the sand volumetric? Now imagine the disaster.
Can you imagine?
That would happen there.
That would be very cool. That'd be very cool. But I can't even imagine the calculate. I mean, the water's. I mean, I guess it could be if it was like water, but it would have like. No, it would be too much. I'm thinking like if it was super thick water, because if you have like a sand dune and stuff, it kind of. But then I have no idea how you're in a place where it's like half sandy and half rocky. But it's a great question. Not currently planned, but that would be cool. Spice must flow. Yeah, gotta love the dune. Right.
Well, we better speed this one up because we're running out of time for the showcase here as well.
You're right, very right, Aaron. So we've got, just to get quickly going over this, we've got combat duration and durability. So in SE1, a single cockpit hit could end in the fight instantly. We're thinking about ways to prevent this, possibly through shields, or other durability layers. I know, that give players more time to react. The idea isn't to make combat slower for the sake of it, but to make it more interesting and fair. That's a key line there, to not make it slow for the sake of it. And shields are a controversial one. It always has been.
Dangerous. This is dangerous. This is dangerous posting this. When I
Marek's done it.
When I first read through this, I was like, this is going to be trouble, this. Just because I know everyone interprets shields completely different. Like Marek's version of shields, of what he's thinking, might be completely different what other community members
are imagining for shields.
So this is something that's to watch and see if shields even do become a thing. We don't know. These are they're all sort of ideas that are being thrown around in the air at the moment, and different ways of getting the results that we want in terms of combat.
Yeah. Take everything with a grain of salt, guys. So beepon dynamics, rock paper scissors. So we explored a triangle-based model, aimed manual weapons beat automated turrets. Automated turrets beat rocket missiles beat aim weapons. So this kind of thing here. This would encourage diverse ship builds and make strategic choices more meaningful, especially in PvP. Okay, we got some more desert biome before and afters here. Check it out. Sorry, guys.
I will just touch on the one.
Yeah, please.
This is an interesting topic because currently the meta is stick as many guns as you can on your ship, right? As many as the server will allow, or whatever. You'll just stick tons of guns on, and you're sorted. So getting around this meta and basically building ships that require, each weapon has a counter for another weapon, having some sort of tactics and smartness in laying out and choosing your weapons on the ship would be nice to see, rather than just sticking 30,000 Gatling guns on. Sure.
That's a big one. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing is like, I don't know when to go into it, but even, last thing I'll say is like, yeah, the shield thing, it's because some people imagine shields as like shield bubbles, right? Others imagine them like shields, like you don't see them, but it's like it's around the grid. It's like the shields are up. If you see what I mean? I think because for visual, I don't know. We won't go into more, but yeah, it's very true that there is different types. So getting through this here, we're not too far away. Detection, infiltration, defense. So we like players to have a way to detect enemies, not just through visual spotting, but via tools like scanners or sensors. This is pretty big.
I like the sound of this.
This is huge. And obviously, I think, this opens up infiltration gameplay where players can sneak into an enemy base or ship to gain an advantage. But for that to work, defenders need countermeasures, surveillance systems, detection blocks, or hacking protection. We're also toying with the idea of hacking encounters, a mini-game or high-stakes mechanic during infiltration. This is very big because players are always saying, well, there's no way to find people. And obviously, there needs to be some kind of like stealth in terms of avoiding people. But still, like in general, like it's very... One of the hard things in SE1 is like you're kind of in this world, and unless someone turns on their antenna or whatever, it can be very hard to find people. But obviously, some people want to be hidden.
I think it's also an element of combat. In combat, like to detect someone's messing with your grid as well, because there's lots of time when we've had someone board a ship and they start grinding and they're starting to do, because the most frustrating thing is you're in the middle of a fight, and maybe the chat will agree or disagree with me with this, and then someone grinds out a core part of your ship because they managed to sneak aboard in the middle of your fight. So just deletes hours and hours of work because they had a hand grinder. I know that's a massive frustration with some community members. So having, imagine, alert, intruder aboard the ship. I know there is systems like that exist.
Yeah.
And in my mind, it would highlight them red or something, as that your ship systems have detected them there. And something like that, would help the player indicate to them that they've got a trespasser aboard and that they're going to have to take some actions, to get rid of them.
I think all of this will introduce some really, really cool new kind of gameplay experiences, to be honest. And talking of... Go on.
I was going to say, the Hydrogen Man.
Oh, God. Yeah, the Hydro Man. Yeah. So, speaking of this kind of like, talking about a little bit of, I guess staying safe is safe zones. Safe zones came up a lot. We're considering making them limited in size and availability, costly to maintain over time, slow to set up. The idea is to preserve tension and avoid scenarios where players are untouchable. One suggestion was to have safe zone chips decay over time, even when stored, to prevent stockpiling. But there could also be progression systems that allow players to expand their safe zones later in game. So, it's kind of like shields, but yeah, this is another thing as well, right? Risk management, safe zones. So the team is definitely thinking about how this can work as well. But also, not making it where it's like a permanent thing and you can never be touched under any circumstances.
I know, as from doing a lot of these community servers, I've seen a lot of situations where someone will shoot someone and they'll run in a safe zone and go, ha, you can't touch me. And it just frustrates. It's a certain level of frustration you've got to avoid with these features. They've got to be helpful, but also like the idea of a safe zone degrading, the guy's hiding behind it, the next minute his shield drops down because he hasn't paid his subscription to the chips or whatever he's using to keep the shield up. And then he's like, oh right, and then a big fight ensues. But I mean, that's kind of cool. There's like some sort of maintenance required for that safe zone to keep it going.
Yeah, it's going to be important. And the again, just another before and after picture here. This is really, really big change here, because before it's kind of quite flat. In the after, you see like I don't want to say avalanches, but you see these like channels. Like you see, I'm just highlighting it with my mouse here. Look at this, guys. These areas here, look. Big difference. You kind of have this kind of runaway where the sand is kind of trickled down the mountains here. So this is, and on these faces here, rather than just being kind of like, this isn't sand, it's like rock, you have like these exposed rock faces where it's like, there's too steep for the sand to stick to it, right? So this is, another big deal for kind of mountains in the sandy areas. So character and grid combat. Another angle we're still thinking about is how important character combat should be compared to grid combat. Should it play more like a shooter or more like an engineering-driven encounter? So some ideas we're toying with: characters boarding grids and taking them over. Combat-focused suit upgrades. Oh, dedicated tools for sabotage and infiltration. There's also potential to make enemy characters more visible or tagged on your HUD if they're hostile, not allied, making encounters easy to track and respond to. So a lot of all this stuff is we're thinking about it already, guys, and how it might look. And just to finish off here, we have a very nice thing. Block animation test. This one does not spin. Had a lot of people commenting there's a lot of spinny stuff in SE2. Well, how about this? Wow. What? Oh, I hear a crazy dog.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay. Any guesses, guys, as to what this might be? I wonder. So yes, the animation system in SE2 is powerful, and you guys can expect to see more animated stuff coming in the future. Very, very nice indeed. Conclusion. As always, these are early discussions. Some of the systems may evolve, combine, or be cut entirely. But this is the direction we're thinking as we continue shaping SE2 into the game we've always wanted to play. So, here we go, guys. That is all of the blog post done. And we have about, I think, another 30 minutes to jump in to take a look at some stuff in the game. But You know, this was a very long session today. It was an hour and a half almost of going through stuff. But
there's a lot of catching up to be done.
I don't mind. I don't think the chat minds too much. There's a lot of engagement in the chat. But I have to always ask guys, just give me an 07 in the chat if you had missed a significant amount of this news. If you had missed all of it, give me an 06. And if you had, if you'd missed, maybe you caught some things. If you missed a significant amount, give me an 07. I'm just curious to know. Maybe all of you guys, every single one of you, saw all of these blog posts and videos and things already. And then this time, but I need that confirmation, that this is a valid use of our time, Aaron.
Yeah, I always feel it's good though going through this as well, because even if you do watch this back at a later time, we go into it a bit more detail, and we also get a bit excited, and I feel like the people watching get excited about us being excited, and then it's fun. It's very fun to discuss this, and these streams with us, I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope they're as fun as they are to watch, as they are to interact with as well. Because for years and years now, as I've been playing Space Engineers, it's fantastic just to wonder what's going to happen next and see the development happen right in front of your eyes like this.
Well, I think as well that people are busy, so I think some players are following the news every day, and some players, there's other games they're playing, or they're busy with real life and whatever. So they might miss it. They see a stream and they actually get as Adarainen says, they get like a summary in this time. But there's a lot of people, I don't know if you're in the YouTube chat, there's actually a lot of people miss the majority of this. A few people missed all of it, apparently. So, interesting.
Well, I mean, I know some people like to consume their information visually. Some people like to read their information. And the dev blogs are very reader-friendly. This sort of stream is your perfect Friday evening. You whack it on, you have your tea on. I don't know, you may be doing some cleaning around the house or whatnot. But, I mean, it's like the perfect background to get you filled in what you need to know about Space Engineers 1 and Space Engineers 2. Also,
exactly. And we got... What's funny... Oh, you got Umbalo who says, I've seen them all. I live inside Marek's walls. There you go. I like listening while building, gives me motivation. I watch these streams just in case there's extra info or polls. Well, I think we can always count on a little bit of cheeky leaks here and there, can't we, Aaron?
Oh, exactly. maybe that's what you need to create next, a build motivation video, just motivational, sort of comments.
I can just do it.
Inspire them.
It can be a 12-hour loop video, me saying, "You can do it. Great job. Keep going. Believe in yourself." Just
you could pack that into the suit or something. You have to be welded for a select amount of time.
Exactly. This is what I want. Okay, so we're gonna get into the game now, guys, and we're gonna. Oh, hold on. Yeah, it's not loaded yet. And wait a second. Give me a sec. I think it's loading. I just saw that was weird. Okay.
So with the showcase, I am excited because you said at the beginning, are we going to look at some mods as well, or do we not have enough time for that and we're just going to focus on some of the builds?
I think we can have a little look at some mods, to be honest. Okay. I'd say I want to keep most guys until the we're gonna do like a mod showcase, a dedicated mod showcase stream with less yapping. Well, there will be yapping, but the yapping will be more like yapping about the mods, if that makes sense. So let me see.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if it did, but I don't being sarcastic, Aaron, but that's all good.
No, that wasn't sarcastic. I was literally browsing through the workshop, and the cheese asteroid mod popped up. So I was just like, yes.
Yeah,
that's what we need.
I am getting a few in here now. Let me see here. I wanted to get, I'm not gonna go all of them, and I think it's okay, to be honest, if we do actually do some of them again on the stream in a few weeks. I just wanted to get. What was that? Ooh. I've lost it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, Aaron, I'm going to do... I wasn't planning on it, but I'm going to do your request, and we will do cheese asteroids for you, okay?
Yes, please.
Protogen mod.
If it was a cooler day, it'd make me hungry. But there's something about heat and cheese that doesn't make me hungry at all.
There's actually some new ones I haven't seen yet. Wow.
Yeah, there's some cockpit ones as well that are fantastic, and some flight seats. There's also the shorter and smaller handrails.
We're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go through it. I definitely want to keep some of these for the couple of weeks. But I'm gonna get this. Hold on a second. This is a good one. Yeah. I'm gonna load up a few of them now, guys, to show you.
Have you seen the retro computer bank?
I'm gonna say no, Aaron.
No. Well, that's definitely one for you guys to check out.
There you go. No leaks here. I'm just gonna remove a few as well from this particular setup here. Hold on. I, for one, miss 100% of the news of SE2. I simply don't keep track until survival and multiplayer. Ooh, well, CD Clone, I hope we got you a little bit hyped for survival today, at least. You know, it is the next big thing. It's our main focus right now. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to add this one. I'm going to add this one. I'm going to add this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I'm going to remove that one because I think it will conflict. Because you got to be careful. Some of these changes, you know, you can't have like 2 skybox mods, for example, right? So I'm going to get rid of this one. Yeah, this is good now. I added the ones I wanted. Okay, I'm just going to make sure this is working. I'm going to remove this one. Keep this one, keep this one, keep that the one. Okay, great. This is a good
surprising. There's a few pipe mods as well, aren't there? There seem to be 2 pipe mods. I like the pipes.
People love pipes. I'm gonna Oh, sorry, I had to sneeze, guys.
Right. Bless you.
Thank you, thank you. And then I'll do this, and then I'll hide the end screen, and now we're loading into Polish Station. Great.
It always reminds me of the metro station. It does, the metro. Many horrors were had there. Make a good horror game.
What I'll say is, sorry, was that Aaron? No, I was going to say.
No, I was just saying it makes a good horror game. It always does, especially if it's dark. A bit of creepy music.
Oh yes.
Especially with them spiders about. I know some people absolutely hate them spiders.
So first off here, guys, we have the skybox. I briefly showed it off on the server, on the stream, the release stream itself for modding. This is the Starry Night skybox, and any of you guys out there using this, like, I know a lot of you like this. The shadow is like almost nothing at all.
The literally black skybox.
Yeah.
You always love mods where you can't see anything. Like
But me?
Yeah, you always do, because you always feature loads of the ships in the dark side of an asteroid, don't you?
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, no, that doesn't mean quite as bad. But no, I just happen to have this one loaded up. So I know it's popular with players. I know a lot of players. I actually don't like. For gameplay, I actually prefer either the standard one or like a brighter skybox. Actually, even though I know the darker one is a bit more like realistic, I actually prefer the aesthetic of like a one that's a little bit like a nebula or something like that, you know?
Yeah, see, some players, I know they definitely like to torture themselves, because there's some that say, I want realistic sound and pitch blackness. So you just be in the dark with like sort of echoing sounds in your ears. That sounds horrific to me. But, you know.
Well, Aaron, I know you're a fan of weaponry, so of course here I have the Halo weapons mod first up here. Look at this.
Nice. Very nice.
What's the sound? Wait, what?
What's happened?
Wait, maybe that isn't sound. I've got the M7 SMG and the M6 Magnum, but is this... Wait. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, so I've had a look at these mods already, and the Magnum has the same sound as the debug gun, I believe, at the moment, unless they've updated it. And the Halo SMG does have its own sound.
Yeah, I'm confused here, because the music's turned down, but I actually don't have any... Must be some weird thing with my setup here. Wait.
Yeah, it seems like the gunshot sound may be missing.
No, I think
no sound.
Any sound, because... That's strange.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything. No in-game sound at all. I see.
No
talk about realistic sound, and it gives us realistic sound, doesn't it?
Exactly, guys. Just imagine it's realistic. I'm just checking my audio mixer, but it seems fine. Oh, that's why. That's why it's not. I understand now why.
Well, what's happened? The cat's unplugged.
Better not crash. Let me see. Will it work now? Oh, there we go. Which setting? Oh, it's on this one. I have to pause the music, I think. I will pause the music, and now we can turn it up. Oh, there we go. Let's enjoy it. So shout out to Jack here. Look at this.
Kind of blaster.
What? Oh, that's loud. It actually is different sounds, Aaron.
Oh, is the new sounds now? Because when I first looked at it, it was the same as the debug gun.
No, I think they've got them in now.
Oh, it still sounds like the debug gun, the pistol.
Oh, you're right. You're right, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, the actual the SMG does sound really good. It sounds really chunky. It sounds like a heavy machine gun, doesn't it?
Look at this running it like when they're running like one-handed. it's like that's dramatic right there.
Wait till you can dual wield them, eh?
I know that's what it needs. That's what it actually needs. Dual wielding. So that was the first mod to showcase here. I think what I can do is I can put the music on, but like, ooh, very loud music. But then turn this down. There we go. Now we should be good.
When he's firing that, does he? There's no stopping that. It's like he's in a Michael Bay movie or something when he's blasting away with that.
Then I was blasting. So let's have a look what we got here. So we have, Aaron, not a piston, not a rotor. Now I know. Now what could this be, Mr. Aaron?
Oh, they're not the piston, not a rotor. Well, it's definitely neither of them.
Yeah, definitely not. Hold on.
Have you got it in and operational?
Wait, hold on, wait. Not a piston. Okay.
Have you found it? Yeah, there you go.
But I'll tell you what, Aaron. I'll be honest. It's my first time using it, but let's see. Okay, I think I have to put... Hold on. So there's... I haven't used this yet.
Yeah, so there's two parts to it. They've got the rotor and the base, I believe.
Yeah, I got the rotor down.
And you should be able to attach a piece to the top of that. And then it'll start rotating.
Wait, not a mechanical top.
This is one I haven't played with too much.
Yeah, I haven't. I saw it, but I just thought it'd be fun to showcase it. But I can't figure it out actually.
Let's have a quick look.
Maybe you got to go into the block settings and oh, I see. Oh, okay, that's why. So you got to go. I understand. So you got to like spawn it. So if I got to go not a rotor, in, attach top on, spawn top. Oh, there we go. I couldn't look at this, Aaron. And now it's a little rotor, and I can change the size. It's best as to make a big long thing here. Now we're good. Now we're sorted. Okay. If I come in, wait. I thought it was gonna work.
Okay. Well,
I'm close. I'm nearly there, but it's not working.
Yeah, but the thing is, attach a thruster to it and then just thrust.
I think it's. Let me see.
How's that? Any further? Have you
Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's it. There we go.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, it's stopped already. Ready? Can play this game. Hold on. Let me get out of the way first. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Oh, too late.
Look at that.
Or just in time. So there we go.
And that's how the players have done wheels as well. They've used these to make wheels.
I've heard about. I've actually heard about this. I think I saw some video on that actually. Did I just get destroyed there?
You made the skipping game.
But it's still pretty crazy. We have a block attached, and here it is. 4 guys in SE2.
It's surprisingly stable as well, isn't it?
See, because there's a problem. I went on vacation the day after we released modding, so I had no chance to kind of, and I didn't have my like my PC obviously, so I had no chance to kind of play the stuff as it was being released here. I just was seeing a few of the people were sharing in Discord, but yeah.
Because with the character, you've got enough strength if you stop and then push the.
Yeah, it's interesting that.
To push it with your character.
See, I'm like, I mean, obviously the thruster override is low, but I can actually push it around. And if I stop, and then it's going to come back. But still, this is a huge deal for people to be able to already mess around with rotor-like mechanics, right? Still a big deal. Still a big deal. So what else did I add? Oh, I added quite a few things, Aaron. Let me think.
Any cheese?
I did add some cheese, but how do you... So let me see.
You get the voxellands out and see if you can do it.
Yeah, then select... Wait, there we go. Let me just see. We got the... I first wanted to see also if... Okay. Right, get the voxel tools. And then we can do the... Let's see here. Oh, there we go. So now I'm adding some... What's this here? I'm adding just normal rock, okay.
A road cone then as well.
What's that?
Really added a road... I saw there was a road cone on the hood. I think we've seen that one before.
But I don't see the cheese. Wait.
No, you don't. You don't. Is the actual asteroid outside already made of cheese or something? Like, have we just not looked at it close enough?
I don't think so. No, it's not. I definitely saw it. But if I see the... What am I missing here?
If you cycle through the textures, is there a cheese? Oh, no, okay. There's not a cheese in there.
Maybe I missed... Maybe I didn't add it or didn't do it right. But that's a shame. I saw the cheese mod and it looked extreme... Oh, no, there's cheese in the distance, I think. This looks
cheese in the distance.
It's very far away. Let me... That looks like cheese, right? I think the cheese spawned in. Okay. I'm flying away. I'll never get back to the spawn point, but that's okay. How far away is that? Damn.
Okay, maybe it's too far.
It's super far away. I'm getting closer. We're on the hunt for cheese, guys. I also added the gold visor mod as well, guys, for that kind of NASA vibe. We can have a look at that when I land on the cheese.
I like the look of that. I like the look of the gold visor. It's nice as well to see a lot of players building modules as well for ships and stations. I don't know if you spotted that on the workshop. Like, right from the beginning, it's something we encourage them to do as well as build some modules. But we're seeing constant corridors, ship segments. We're seeing all sorts of cool things. Cola fridges. I saw the other day.
No, I know, and this is what I love to see. Is this like we're not gonna? It seems we're at this with the time we're actually going to be looking at a bit of mods today in the end, guys. But I can spawn on a ship maybe. We can have a look at what's been added recently. But
yeah, let's get some ships once we get over there.
That's very true though, Aaron. That like, I'm pleased the encouragement's paying off because we really do want people to build modules and blocks that players they can share with other players. But here we go. We're landing on the. Oh my goodness.
Is this the cheese one? Is it the cheese asteroid?
This is extremely cheesy. And you know what? So now I should be able to do picker. And now can I place... No, it's not... Oh, interesting. I thought I'd be able to pick the cheese voxel, but it's not working. But that's okay. We're on the cheese. You know what's weird, Aaron, is after all these years, I feel like I never saw a cheese asteroid in Space Engineers 1.
That's a good point. I don't remember seeing a cheese asteroid either, or a cheese. Maybe did we see a cheese moon?
I don't know. Like I feel like it's got to be done in the 10 years of Space Engineers 1, but I don't remember it from my memory. There's mold on the cheese. Cheese implies milk. Milk confirmed. Hey, there you go. So we can use this cheese, and I can now. What I'll do is now. Oh, let me have a look at my characters first as well. Is it the sun? Yeah, this is the gold helmet there. It's quite nice actually.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more people building the character with the character mods. I mean, you can customize your character completely. You can do anything you bloody want with the modding tools of Space Engineers 2. They're so adaptable and capable, and they're so easy to use as well. It's a very visual modding process. And once you've got your head around it, you can whack out mods left, right, and center.
Right. So let me place some stuff in them. No, I mean, I probably don't even need to go to I probably don't even need to go here, but I've got a ton of stuff I'm already subscribed to, which I haven't looked at yet. But I'm gonna have a quick scroll over, and it is funny here that the most popular thing is the server rack. Actually, it is a module. We saw this a couple months back, but a quick
of all time. Yeah, of all time.
Of all time, and yeah. I mean, amazing. I haven't seen this yet. The Kraken. Holy. I mean, maybe I saw it, but no, I'm not. I haven't because I'm not subbed to it. I gotta check that out at some point. Let's have a look what you guys have been
that's
cooking.
One, it looks great, that one.
Let's have a little look. Apartment complex? Hell yeah. Man, it's cool seeing all these. Like the people who posted... I feel like the people who posted their builds in the first week or a couple of weeks will stay up here for a long time to come, you know? Because you got gotten early and people will be browsing and they'll see that and they'll just get boosted.
A lot of hype on them first few builds as well. Actually, like a lot of people got in and got building straight away and they were just like, whoa, yes, please, give me some more of that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. There's a lot of stuff here. There's many pages here now. Wow.
There is. Are we going to pick one? We need to pick one.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Aaron's keeping me on time. Yeah. Let me go back to blueprints then. Let them load, and we'll get one in.
Let's see what we've got. What have you chosen? See, I'd really like to try that Kraken one, the Drake into planetary.
So I try and get the Kraken in. All right, let's try it.
Yeah, I say try. Give it a go.
I just don't know because I'm not in a world. I don't know the PCUs on it, but we'll try it when it loads here.
Yeah, it might be above the PCU limit, mightn't it? Because I know they've handcrafted their own guns.
Right, let's try the Kraken then. Let's go with a big one.
Might be too big, but I'm gonna give it a go.
It's being prepared for placement. Let's try.
Yeah, so it does say this ship does not have a full interior yet. Otherwise, the PCU limit will be reached. If you want to add more to the ship to the world, I'll add a full interior as soon as we get a higher PCU limit.
Well, now you can, of course, mod the PCU. There already is, I think one of the mods out there is like unlimited PCU. All the PCU out there.
Oh, it's a big boy, this one, because the comment underneath is, for better performance, I recommend spawning in the ship first, then quit the game, then reload the world. So we have picked the biggest of carriers. Maybe Aaron got too excited and picked something.
I think you might have, Aaron. I have heard this about Versi 2 right now. It sometimes can be better if you have a ship like this, that there's a world for it, and then you load it via the world. And again, optimization of blueprints and blueprint pasting and copying and all that stuff. It already has been optimized, but it will come even more, guys, in the future. So do not fear, do not worry about that. There hasn't been a ton of optimization done on all these things.
Let's have a look. There's tons of other popular ones we'll look at, but now I've got you stuck.
Yeah, now I'm stuck. No, belly of the beast, the Kraken.
The other thing... Oh, hold on. Has the Kraken appeared, or is it stuck in the cheese?
No, it's still... It hasn't fully loaded yet. My game is frozen as it loads in.
What a shame.
I believe. I like to think that it will work on the PCU, because otherwise it would have warned me beforehand, but maybe not. I should install the...
excited.
I know you did. It looked incredible from the pictures. Let's see. Is it going to beat the biggest ship we looked at? Because we looked at some pretty... Like the Warhammer 40k. Oh, there it is. All right.
Oh, it's a Kraken appearing. I
click place. The PCU... It's actually just going to be enough here. It's 340,000 PCU. And the server's only got 30,000. So it's in the server with like... what is that? 30,000 PCU to spare. I think it's placing. It is placing. Here we go.
That's called PCU maxing, isn't it?
Oh, shoot. It's raining. Sorry, guys. My door... Oh, shoot.
Uh-oh. He's realised that his PC's outside. It looks like we managed to get it finally spawning in, though. We're a few clicks away of seeing the Kraken appearing game.
Sorry about that. There was like... I heard this noise. Like, what is that noise? And there was like really heavy rainstorm. Just... Poof, and my door is open. Because it's also kind of warm here. But I think we're good now. I think everything's locked down.
Good. That's good. We don't want you drowning.
Okay. It's still loading. We're waiting.
You get your watch out there and just like, come on.
You are reaching your PCU limit. Thank you.
Yeah, this is my fault. I apologize, guys, for picking the biggest thing I could possibly see. It's like me when I'm ordering from a menu somewhere and I see a big, big burger, like the triple stack tower, and then it arrives and I'm like, oh no, I'm not able to eat that. That's too much.
I know that feeling. But Aaron, it's here, it's in, and it looks absolutely incredible. Now, I'm a fan of Star Citizen. I got quite a fair number of ships locked away.
You?
Oh, I have.
Are you a player or a collector?
A collector right now, to be honest, Aaron. I mean, again, just haven't had the time to play, but I've got a lot of ships, to be honest. I'm waiting. I'll definitely. I'm looking forward to playing. You know, probably once it's dropped, I'll probably take some time off and just like, you know, plow a ton of hours into it. But yeah, it's very hard for the time. But yeah, but this ship is one of the biggest ships in the game. They have obviously bigger, but it is absolutely humongous, and it looks amazing.
Look at the cannons, though. Look at them little cannons they've custom made at the front there. That's spectacular, that. It's lovely. It's nice that it's based on an actual ship as well. You get a proper sense of scale. The landing pads are numbered. It's so beautiful. And it's not a symmetrical ship as well. That might drive some people a little crazy.
Look at this. So it doesn't have an interior, but the level of detail on the exterior is amazing. Like I feel like I've seen one of these in SE1, but man, this is special, guys. Look at this. So I think there's a bridge I can go to. Maybe I can fly this around. This might be one of the biggest I've looked at, to be honest. 340,000. I don't know if you guys know of any bigger ships out there on the workshop. How do I? Oh,
it's definitely one of the big ones. It's, without cheating and using the PCU limit remover. This is ginormous.
Oh, Aaron, another mod that I installed was red highlights or something. Look at this. You know, in the game how like all of the things have like this yellow.
Oh, okay.
You know, like all the blocks in SE1 and SE2 have like this yellow thing. This mod replaced all the things that are yellow with red. So we got a red panel here.
So it confuses you with thinking things are off.
maybe that's true. But no, I just saw it and threw it on the world because it's this. I mean, the panels look quite nice red, but it does look like almost like, you know, access, no access authorized or something like this.
Yeah, it's nice. It's good for like an emergency theme as well, isn't it? I guess if you're warning, it goes well with the ship though, because this ship has a red. This was like an accidental victory.
It was, because look at these, and also the controls here. Look at this. This is very cool. Actually, this looks so good. Because the ship has this red accenting by itself. Like, this is just normal painting. So there's actually all the red piping, all the little red kind of details here and stuff. So it's funny because this mod that I happen to have installed also changed that as well for the ship.
Look at that. Well. It does look good on the hood though. It does look good on the hood, the red.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, traditionally, red, like someone said in the chat there, red things like that are for enemy, aren't they? So you feel like you were creeping through an enemy ship.
It does feel a bit like that.
The red glow of the hood. Yeah, because you know what game did it this amazing is, I don't know if you've ever played it. Did you ever play Killzone?
You know what? I'm gonna say I didn't. I did not.
No, it's like it was a PlayStation exclusive. I don't know, back in the day.
I remember it. 3. I remember seeing the adverts for it.
The bad guys had the red glow in the helmets and the lighting, and then all the systems when you're aboard their ship, they all had this ambient red glow. So you kind of knew you're in a bad place, and that's something that a lot of games use. They use color generation as like a subliminal messaging to the player, like blues and greens are friendly and reds are hostile. So yeah, it's a nice idea. Red's a danger color anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe that's just the stereotype. Maybe it needs. If Killzone was so good, looks Klingon. We're also seeing these hydrogen engines, hydrogen thrusters in action as well, Aaron, with the new effects. And there's a lot of them here on the screen. So this happened to turn out to showcase the latest weekly update as well, with those things firing away. The little one in the middle as well there. So I'm going to max speed. I'll drop out here and we'll have a little walk around, see what else we can find. Oh, this looks so good. Like, I've come to the back of the bridge and where I'm just like looking down at all the panels with the red screens. This is like, it couldn't have been done. Couldn't have been better.
Yeah, them thrusters, them new hydrogen thrusters look great, don't they? They're a proper rocket propulsion.
I feel the power. Now I just have to think here. I added a few more mods. Maybe have I looked? I'm not sure if I looked at all of them yet. Now, I want to get to the hangars. There's no interiors much, but okay, there really isn't even a way to get to it. I think. Oh, maybe there is. Hold on, because the interior hasn't been built out, but there is passages here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, down here. Here we go. Oh, okay.
Oh, into like a dark, creepy lower subsection of the ship.
They're definitely fleshing stuff out. Like you can see they're kind of mapping out how it might look. I'm trying to get to the hangars.
It looks like a Sith ship.
Yeah, I'm getting them vibes. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. I have to break through the wall.
But you do have to remember the creator has said that like the interior is not being done completely because it would go over the PCU.
I have no doubt. Yeah.
And a lot of the greebling happens within the PCU, doesn't it, as well? Sorry, with the interior. I do apologize.
This is a screenshot right here. This is absolutely incredible. Look at this, guys. With the lighting, ray tracing, Space Engineers 2, superb. But no, it's true because of a lot of the detailing comes from the greebles, and it definitely adds up. It definitely adds up, which is why I do believe that optimization, in general, is gonna help massively while retaining this high level of detail on ships and builds. So.
Oh yes. Yes, indeed. We are starting to run over on time as well, Joe.
We are a little bit past our the 2 hour marker, so we are going to start to wrap this one up today, guys. But I still wanted to just show something. I mean, we mostly showed it off because of the lack of the interior on this one, but yeah, the amount of detail on this build. There's like a little walkway even here. Look at this. This is like a docking thing here. Oh wow, you can run down. Oh, a nice corridor. Look at this. Here we go. Yeah, there is some interior elements that kind of ends there, but yeah, I can kind of feel out how it's going to be. But yeah,
I love it.
Amazing build. Do you have the name of this creator, Aaron, to hand?
You know what? I do have the workshop open in the background, so it'll take me literally 30 seconds.
Yeah, just go for it. Just because sometimes it takes a second to load up the workshop, so I think you might be able to find it quicker. But
no, I do believe. Hold on, go on.
I was going to say they got like the big turret at the front as well. A couple of turrets. They got the turret there. Man, this is so good.
I did have it up. I did have it up, and now it's gone missing, hasn't it? Of course it has. Just as let's go on the workshop and then items, and now it's right back on the first page.
I believe.
Second page. Was it BTV? The chap that was behind.
I'm not sure. I can pull it up, Aaron, if you haven't got it. If you haven't got the Kraken yet. Yeah, it's BTV. Thank you. SE Modder confirmed. So huge shout out to SE Modder for providing the name of the builder, BTV, of this, the builder of this incredible Drake Kraken here. Very, 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 very impressive. Huge build.
Yeah,
one of the biggest you've seen.
That's gone in with them, especially around them thrusters. Look how huge they look inside there. Well, can we jump in the cockpit and just take this for a flight as we wrap this one up?
Sure. And I think while I do that, Aaron, it'd be great if you want to have some finishing thoughts here for today's stream, reminders and so on.
Yeah, of course. So first of all, we always appreciate your feedback. So if you've got bug reports to make for either Space Engineers 1 or feedback to make for Space Engineers 2 or a bit of both, then head over to our support site and leave us some feedback. Report the bugs that you're running into, and it really helps us develop this game further, both Space Engineers 1 and Space Engineers 2. Of course, if you are interested in getting the latest and greatest news from Space Engineers, then the newsletter is something that you want to sign up for and be part to. And there's also a few extra bonuses of including yourself in that. Now, there's no competitions to announce. There will be the Fieldwork Bunker competition that will be showing off or announcing next week, won't we, Joel?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Yep. So we'll be showing off the various bunkers that players have used with the Fieldwork DLC, and some bunkers that players haven't made as well without that DLC. So it's an extremely exciting time. And with all the information that we've shared with you today, you can see just how quickly Space Engineers 2 is working its way through development. And that next big vertical slice, that 2, we're talking planets, survival. It's going to be incredible. And for terms of Space Engineers 1, the next installment is a more advanced survival. So we're talking, without spoiling anything, I'm trying to think the best word without spoiling anything. So we're talking about farming and some advanced weather elements.
That does it pretty good there. So thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Aaron, for joining me today as always. And I think, guys, at some points, I think Aaron, you know, you might see Aaron hosting some of these streams, especially in the event of my absence. So yeah, stay tuned for that as well. We're going to get Aaron up to speed on that.
Yeah.
He can become a pro streamer in no time.
But don't worry, Joe will still be here. just giving him a break every now and then, you know. They'll think that I've bumped you off or something and packed you in a suitcase in the back room.
Yeah, it's going to be set now because people will be like, what's happened to Zoc?
Yeah,
I will be very much alive until I'm not, you know. But hopefully, hopefully that won't be for so long time. So
yeah, well, until we replace you with AI, that is.
Exactly.
We get an AI version of you going.
Well, that is inevitable.
Yeah, it's at the end. And who knows? We could both be AI right now and no one would know.
Ooh, way we are. AI check. And so, yeah, so from me, guys, I mean, Aaron's covered all the main things. Just thank you so much for being here and getting involved with the stream. The feedback means a lot, just the interaction, just the good vibes all round. I hope you had a good time tonight, and we'll be back very soon. Keep playing SE1, keep playing SE2, keep giving the feedback, keep modding as well. And obviously wishing you a great weekend ahead. And yeah, I think most of you guys here are probably already on the socials, in the Discord and all that good stuff. But yeah, keep it up. Keep being the best community out there, guys. So yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll be back very soon, and have a great one. Bye-bye. If in doubt, jump drive out.